to be universal, and we can't prove that Boruto is on that level
No,
because
I
so
can't
far
prove that. I
is
can't prove
hmm?
that. Let's skip like all the talking. Let's just get to my argument. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, are you cool with Boruto being over unlimited code, or do I need to show you that?
I'm cool with that because he beat Cole.
He beat unlimited code. All right, and then you know code is stated over Jigen.
Yeah, from I can agree with that with the statement you have.
Okay, and like in context, that statement it's not talking about hacks. Code doesn't fight using hacks. His hacks between unlimited and
Yes.
limited are the exact same. He fights with close range. So that's probably
Okay.
talking about hacks. And then Jigen beat Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah, we know that, but he also lost at the end with Baryon
No,
mode.
okay. But I'm not scaling Boruto to Baryon mode. I'm scaling him to Naruto
Yeah.
and Sasuke pre-Baryon mode.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
And do you think Naruto and Sasuke beat Kaguya, or do I need to show you that as well?
Technically, they sealed her, not beat her. If we're
Well,
being
no.
honest here,
I'm talking about do you know that they scale above her currently, right?
they're still above. Yeah, currently they're still above her.
Mm-hmm. And she can create like multiple universes on screen. Well, she stated that she couldn't create and destroy them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. And the statement about Boruto having planetary AP or whatever, it doesn't say that. All it says is he uses the chakra from the planet and its rotational spin to hit Code's organs. But Boruto, in that context, he doesn't want to destroy the planet. It's actually stated by Koji that he would have done it instantly if he was trying to. Koji tells him to hold back.
Yeah, yeah, but just because you're not trying to destroy the planet, it doesn't mean that even if you had the intention to use a planetary attack, means that he would have destroyed the planet. We
Oh
know
no.
this from other
We
series like
know
Dragon Ball.
we know that Boruto should be able to scale at least to the planetary levels in AP because Boruto should scale above Kaguya, who's human. And then regardless of there being a statement of him holding back or not, we just know that he should be able to output those level of force. Because to beat a universal character, you yourself need to be universal. You can't beat a universal
Yeah,
character unless you have like some kind of durability negation or just scale to universal. And also the chakra
yeah,
in
I
Naruto isn't just planetary in strength. The chakra in Naruto's planet is enough to bend space and time. You just see that is enough to be bending space for Momoshiki and Kinshiki take notice of it.
Yeah, I can agree to that, but the problem that we're having here is that when you have a character who is having statements like Cole, right? And then he could barely take an attack that is planetary at best, if you want to
No,
put it there, then
no,
that has some level
it,
of counterfeit.
it has to be over planetary. Even if you think the
But
chakra
it
itself only equals planetary levels, chakra when you take it raw is different than when you amp it. Boruto's amping that chakra. That's what
yeah,
all
so
his
at best is but the best assumption we can make that it's over planetary, not unit. And if you're trying to say
well,
code is a
no,
unit,
that
you're
wouldn't be an
taking that.
assumption. That wouldn't be an assumption. Because if we have universal feats and we know he can damage and kill these universal characters, then him being nothing about his Uzuhiko statement would debunk him being universal. All it would mean is that he'd have to be amping it beyond planetary, somewhere in the universal tier.
But then why was the statement made that it could have destroyed the planet? You see what I'm saying? That
Something,
statement counters
something
what you're
destroying
saying,
one
even though
thing,
I agree
no,
with you.
no. Something destroying one thing doesn't mean it won't destroy everything else around it. And it also doesn't mean that's where its AP caps. Goku can fire a Kamehameha and destroy the planet, but be star level. Like it
Yeah, I
doesn't.
know, but at that point they make statements though saying that Goku's
That's
block
not
could have
true.
did this. That means we know Goku is purposely weakening
Not
himself to
in the
do that.
moral arc. In the moral arc, Moro's about to self destruct, and they say Moro's about to destroy the galaxy. Even though previously,
Yeah.
before that, we see Goku almost destroy a multiverse. That doesn't mean that's where it
Yeah, no,
caps.
no, no,
Since
no,
he can
no, no. But the
AP any
problem with
level.
that argument is you know that Dragon Ball Z Super's power scaling was not consistent. That has been proven already by Dragon Ball Z.
Well,
So
Okay,
that's more
then
so a different
that
argument.
would go against yourself because that would mean then in this case Boruto's power scaling would also just be inconsistent. But I'm giving you a consistency. My argument will be more consistent than yours because your argument leads to a contradiction within the story. Mine doesn't.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear the last thing I said. My argument
No,
doesn't lead to a
didn't hear this.
contradiction. Yours does.
No, what I'm trying to say is here that there's inconsistency with Boruto. That's the point. So that's what my argument is relying on. Even though I agree with you, because in terms of overall power scaling, because don't get me wrong, I'm talking about statements and feats, right? That I'm trying to
The
say is
statements
the
and feats
problem.
don't contradict each other.
The door is locked.
They would just they coexist. Your argument either leads to you just ignoring statements and just taking what you want to believe, or it leads to you saying there's a contradiction within a story. And we know contradiction can exist. So my argument would be
Yeah.
the more likely one. Which
So
my
you,
argument
but
leads to
you,
no contradiction. All it leads to is that Boruto either has planetary DC and universal AP, or that he has or that the explosion destroying the planet, even though it doesn't say it would destroy more, it just would, which I don't know why Koji would have to care about anything aside from the planet, because the only thing they care about is Earth. As far as we know, we haven't seen any other planet with life on it. The only thing we know about is Otsutsuki, and we haven't even seen an Otsutsuki planet. He has no reason to care about anything outside of Earth. He doesn't have to. He doesn't care if there's a solar system that's getting destroyed, or like a star, or like even a universe. Because and that's also a problem with using Koji as a measure. Because for all we know, Koji could just have a hard time also measuring his power. Since Koji isn't like that.
but I agree with you because in terms of power scaling, right, you're gonna take what's more so consistent. But I'm just saying from the statements in the statement that they used for Boruto wasn't a good look. Even though we could make the argument that hey, you can just say he amped his power and it's supposed to be universal, but what they said contradicted that, and that was my main point. And for most
I
people
mean,
who do the
but
base,
what it
who
says
are gonna
isn't
take the
contradicting.
huh?
It's not what it says isn't necessarily a contradiction. All it is it's not an extrapolation on what you want it to be.
Yeah,
You want to
but
say
that's how a lot of power scalers work though. Power scalers have the most power scaling works by taking the statements that they have and extrapolating it with feats. So if you have something that says, "Oh, this could destroy the planet," we have no reason, or you have no sides. You can make the argument that it's a little bit stronger than planetary. But most power scalers have no reason to assume is universal, especially since Boruto has not been able, like throughout most of them, like the movie itself as well, hasn't been able to fight anybody that Naruto and Sasuke fought on equal footing without the power of Ishiki, right?
Momo speaking.
And then we have newer characters that Boruto had to get saved by Sasuke, who are
That's
supposedly
that's not true because Sasuke in that moment, we don't even know how strong Sasuke is. For all we know, Sasuke trained off screen or had a mental amp, which mental amps have been established since like way back in part one. Also, Code is way more overconfident against Sasuke because Sasuke is someone he knows he should be able to beat. So him getting cut doesn't contradict any scaling. And us as power scalers, we can take previous feats and then use them with these new statements to say that these new statements aren't downplaying. What I'm doing is literally I'm not cross-referencing. What I'm doing is using previous statements from the story and previous things we've just been shown to show you that this statement doesn't contradict anything. All it means is that in context, Boruto would have destroyed the planet, or and that could just be a cap to his DC, or he would have destroyed more. Since we know in Naruto you can compress your AP, like we see that done with the Rasengan. The Rasengan it hits something and then it explodes on the inside. Or we see Rasengans like a bigger Rasengan doesn't mean a stronger one. We know a Rasengan from adult Naruto would be stronger than a big Rasengan from like a previous Naruto, even though adult Naruto's wouldn't cause a crater.
I could definitely agree with that. I'm just talking about what most power scalers would normally do based off the context of that chapter, which you know is true.
I
If
mean, that
you
could be
watch
most
any
power
power scaler,
scalers. Sure, I can agree to that, but I think most power scalers aren't that good.
that's an objective point. But ultimately, I agree with you because I power scale the same way as you. So to be fair, though, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I'm just using that statement because I have not seen nothing from Boruto. Like throughout all of Boruto, either Boruto is borrowing someone else's chakra, like Naruto's case, or he's using Ishiki. I've not seen anything concrete from Boruto without Ishiki.
Well, that's not true because in most recent chapters, he hasn't used any of his Otsutsuki powers. In most recent
Yeah, but
chapters,
he's
he's been
not.
always in base. And at least
Yeah,
the feat you're talking about, he does that in base because he doesn't use Otsutsuki power anymore. He's a shinobi.
yeah, but he's borrowing planet chakra. That's what I mean.
Well, even before that, he's pretty confident in beating Code, and he's able to deflect attacks from Code on numerous occasions.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
I
because
can agree. That's fine. It's just that when most of like Boruto's feats have been used to borrow chakra, because we do know inherently this is confirmed in Naruto that Boruto has the less chakra amount due to his mixed heritage of being like he's like a 25th% of what Naruto and his mother is because of mixture and stuff. So he has less chakra than his family. That's
well,
kind of been
well,
confirmed already.
that's I don't really know. Well, I mean, he might have less chakra than like Naruto pre Momoshiki, but he had like a whole alien god put in him. So
No, no, yeah, yeah, but he doesn't get that power boost until he uses it.
well, no, that's not true
It's been
because he fused into being a 100% Otsutsuki once Momoshiki fused their DNA because that's just what he had to do. That's why he can do things like fly even when he's in base. Like he can do Otsutsuki things regardless of if Momoshiki's in control.
yeah, yeah, but we don't know if he gets the inherent like chakra in. That's the thing
We
because
don't
it's
know,
been
but
pretty.
I'm not making a claim either way. I'm just saying we don't know.
Okay,
Because for all we
overall,
like
go ahead.
soon they might
Sorry.
make a statement saying like Boruto has more chakra than Naruto now. That wouldn't really be a contradiction. We just don't know.
No, no, it wouldn't. But like from what the story has been saying though, he has been confirmed to have less, and that's because of like the genetic mixture he's mixed up with. Like we know Naruto is a half at this point. He's like a half of like Oshisusuki with the being the reincarnation, and he's a Uzumaki. So he's like a half. So he has more chakra than Boruto, but like a 25th%, like no, like a quarter, and and that's kind of been confirmed in the database.
I, I don't really know what data book you're saying you're talking about.
Other people like did a video on it. Is like, oh, it's been pretty much confirmed that Boruto has less chakra than his father.
In the anime they say that. In the manga they don't
Yeah.
really say that. Because in the manga there's only
I mean,
80
but the
chapters.
anime is considered canon because the anime is supposed to give more needed context. That's what was the point of the anime filler, was to give us more. So the anime will be considered anime canon.
Oh yeah, if you want to say that, that's fine. That's fine. I
This
don't have
baby won't freaking stay still. Stay still. Just forget about that. I'm sorry. I'm also taking care of the baby. So yeah, but ultimately I agree with you. I'm just using the basic power here. That would be an anti-feat because that was a big problem when Boruto got that chapter for most
to.
of the fan base.
Well, no, that wasn't a problem. Well, I mean, well, yeah, it was a problem for the fan
It was
base, but
on Twitter.
that's
Yeah.
because other, yeah, well, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that's because other people from other fan bases were using it to downplay. But them using it to downplay doesn't make it true. Most power
I
scalers
mean,
either
even the
have an
power
agenda
scalers.
or are bad.
Oh no, I agree with you. Most power scalers do have an agenda. I agree with you there.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll ask in the recording.
But any JJ, I have a question for you since you're a JJK fan. What is with the wait? No, sorry. Let me not make an assumption about you. Are you a JJK fan?
I mean, I don't really scale it that much. I mean,
Huh?
I
No,
can
no.
scale it, but I don't scale it that much.